goes.
All right, I'm gonna just run to the bathroom.
All the uphill and downhill, huh? Yeah. Or do you want me standing next to this, thing? So
Yeah, you could,
Okay.
then it gets recorded.
Yep, I
That's
can
the
do
only way up.
it. Gotcha.
I took like, last time I took like 3 pages of notes, you know, it's like,
Oh, that's super.
yeah, a lot of you remember, but a bunch of you don't, so it's.
Yeah, no, it is like that, for sure, for all of us.
Yeah, I watch it right after, and then I go back about a week or so later, and it's like, I don't remember that.
Yeah. Right. I'm teaching another professional right now that I used to teach 20-something years ago. And from time to time, he'll say, well, you know, you told me X, Y, Z. And I said, wow, that's really good. I haven't used that one in a while. Thanks for reminding me.
Boy, I wonder where I got that.
Wow, that was really smart. Are you sure I said that?
Well, you could ask people to please send them
Right.
the diary, to put in your diary.
Exactly. Exactly.
In 1993, I said,
I said.
and wow, it still works today.
But no, I didn't. That's right. Well, you know, I was talking to a good friend of mine, another professional, and we were laughing because the longer you do this, you realize it's really not rocket science, and the same things apply from that. To me is the most fascinating part. Is the same things apply so much from horse to horse to horse,
yeah.
even though the horses are so different, right?
But
So
it's the
it's the
same basic
same
principles.
concepts. Like,
Yeah.
so the place that you're trying to go is the same with the horses, right? How you get there, okay, based on their a little bit temperament, a lot of bit conformation, is you have to be a little bit,
Flexible.
yes, exactly, mentally flexible about it. But the path is the same, right? Or it just kind of meanders a little left, right sometimes. All right, well, go ahead. I want you to, we're going to take your time, whatever. Let me see like your normal warm up, and we'll just
She did it.
see how long before I start to, okay, we'll see how long before I chime in.
It was perfect. Yeah.
Good. Yep. Temperature drop, I understand. We had a 10-degree temperature drop yesterday, and all of my horses were really, really on. Good. So this tempo is fine, not any faster. Just slow your posting. Tell her even from the beginning, you know what, actually, baby girl, the tempo is my job. I'm going to help you take care of that. And I'm going to help you with your balance laterally so that you stay nice and straight and square between both legs to both reins. Yeah, straight on that outside rein. Correct. And doing everything that you can, even in this first trot. I told you I wouldn't be able to stay quiet for very long. To get her, I never can, it's a problem. To get her at your legs, meaning that in this first trot, as much as she's taking you forward, you might push her very slightly sideways so that you get your leg on in such a way that she understands it's not about going more forward, right? So that the way that I like to say it, she gets at your leg, because with her, getting her at your seat and leg is a huge key, right? That principle exists for every horse, but the ones that are little go-getters like she is, really, really important that you're able to get your leg on and almost kind of be able to hug her, and that she trusts the leg and she stays at the leg and she starts to allow you to influence the tempo and ground cover. Very good, because that is the job of your seat and a little bit leg, but it cannot become the job of your hand. Tiniest bit flexion to the left just so you could see her inside eyelash. Good, and you're pushing her up and over to the right. But you can see, yeah, but she's not positioned to the right. Just be careful that she doesn't tuck you in her counter flexion to this side. So you want to push her up to the right, and then you can half halt right, but without bending her to the right. Okay, because that actually, if you let her live in counter flexion, you're actually going to keep the shoulders crooked, right? Which leads to a different balance issue. Flexion to the left, push over to the right. Yes, maybe soften up your right hand slightly, take the left snaffle. Yeah, that you can see that inside eyelash. That's right. Yeah, that's a little bit, exactly, that she starts to accept the left side of your aids. Good job. Good, and pushing up and over to the left and straight left. And then if she's strong on the left side, when it's your outside rein, I want you to kind of vibrate on that rein to say, you know what, just stay here and there's nothing really to pull against, but we're gonna have a very constant conversation. But an important part of the conversation is also the softening part, right? So yes, you can squeeze your hand, but then you must release it. Exactly. Good. And then come here on a circle line. Yes, and she bends around your leg. Correct. And just do it here on the circle, a little spiral in, a little spiral out. Again, all the things when she's in this little go-getter mode to get her at your legs, that she allows you to kind of start to influence her a bit more. Correct. And generally, you know, as you well know, the smaller the circle, the more that it brings the tempo back. It's harder for them to run on the smaller circle. Good. So one adage we have when training the horses in young horses, for example, if you have problems going forward, you do lots of straight lines and big lines. If you have once they are starting to go forward, then you start turning. So lots of bending lines when she's Mississippi Doo-Dah. That's right. There you go. That's a better tempo. And she bends around your right leg. Good job. Change the rein. Correct. Correct. And just to be clear, you can choose to ride her more forward at any time. What I want it to be is it's your choice, not that she's taking over. I want her to allow you to be in the driver's seat instead of in the passenger seat. Good. Good. And this a little bit of spiral in and then spiral back out again. Flexion to the left. Take her nose a little bit more to the left. And you might have to help her on the inside rein because she's quite happy in this counterflex posture going to this side. Yes, that's it. And it's kind of messing a little bit with your recipe of, well, is she looking to the right because I'm holding her too much on the right? Or is she just abandoned me on the left? So just play with that feeling of, you know, if I soften the right and take the left, does that take care of it? Super, that's better. And then yield her back out away from the left leg, and she yields from the leg at the rib cage and starts to soften there. And so she's going to soften to your inside flexion because she stays at the left leg. That's right. Reins could be a little bit shorter. That's getting better. Good. Bend, bend, bend to the left and left leg on. Correct. What needs to happen, Linda, is that she never convinces you to take your legs away. Okay? Horses, that's where horses can be kind of characterized into two groups. When they're hot and going, you actually need to ride with a lot of leg. When they're dull, then it's kind of legs on and legs away. This horse cannot take your legs away because then she tucks you into not using them. Right. Bend to the left, push over to the right. Good. And then yield her back away from that left side. Bend to the left, push over to the right, and yield her back away from the left side. That's it. Very good. That's better now. Yeah, now you're starting to get a little bit of acceptance of the left side there. Good. And left leg at the rib cage. Good. All right, and then you take me where you would go next. Either some transitions in the trot or if a warm-up canter. Perfect. Yep.
We either go to collected and more forward trot or go right into canter and then
Perfect.
back to the collected.
Yeah. Let's let her have a little warm-up canter. Good. And again, just having it in your mind. As much as she's taking you forward, you might push her very slightly sideways. So she's really trusting on that inside leg. And you're kind of, by using the sideways, you take a little bit of the forward out. Okay, and you put it to work. Yes. Very nice. Good, and she stays at your right leg. So if she takes you forward, and if it's more forward than what you want, then I want you to push her in this leg yield, shoulder forward tendency to try and take the forward out without it becoming a problem that becomes your hand versus her mouth, right? We got to ride her body. Good, and then go on a little circle line there. Correct, and she bends around your right leg and she pushes up and over to the left. And she bends around your right leg and she pushes, yes, exactly. Good job. And then every moment that she gives you, you soften a little bit in the hands. Correct, that she's finding your hand. Yes, and then you're not attaching to it. And here when she speeds up, think about that little shoulder forward tendency, a little leg yielding tendency. Turn to the right here. Let a circling line help you with that suppleness, correct? Especially in the warm-up, okay? Circles can be really a good friend, and they can fix a lot of problems without us getting into a tug of war. And even if the horse starts it, you know, I say it's the kindergarten argument. If the horse starts to get a little bit fussy or a little bit strong, well, yeah, maybe they start it, but it's our job to help them get to the other side of that, right? So if you go on a circle, oftentimes that's going to take care of a lot of it versus just trying to fix it through flexion, etc.
Oh, that's new.
Felt it weird, that's like, oh.
Yeah. Good, but then that canter started to get a little bit better in terms of the tempo. And then again, with the suppling, just think like we can turn on a circle. That's right. Very good. Very good. Yes, exactly. Go ahead and change the rein. Yeah, keep your leg on. Correct. And this is what I mean. So if she takes your legs away from you, yeah, that's all right. And then yield her away from the left leg. Correct. If she takes the legs away from you, it's going to be difficult to then build that uphill balance, right? Because we need engagement in order to get to uphill balance. This is why it's so super important. Good. Circle line. All good. Keep your leg on. Turn to the left. Good. And then push over to the right and then squeeze and release on that right side. Yes. And she turns around your left leg and then squeeze it, and you push her over to the right and then squeeze and release on the right. And keep a little bit both legs on. Start to think about you have her in a channel between both legs to both hands. Yes. Correct. Yeah. And keep the jump of the hind leg. Correct. So that anything that you do in the contact does not affect the speed of the hind legs. Very good. And if you jump into the horse's body, that doesn't make any sense. Like they feel pressure in their mouth. Of course they're going to think you want to slow down. So that's why, again, you got to have your legs on to say, no, hind legs still keep going to the bed. Good. And think about a little leg yield and back to trot. Yield away from the left leg. Yep. Yield her back up and off of the left leg. One more time, canter. Good. Good. And then on the open side of the circle, leg yield away from your inside leg and back to trot. But really feel that left hind leg move. Yeah. And it might take a little longer. I don't care. I know you know how to do a canter trot transition. We're going to do this a couple of times back and forth for suppling. Go ahead and canter again. Yeah, turn to the left. That's right. That's it. And leg yield back away from your left leg. Flexion to the left, push over to the right. Turn to the left. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, just coach her through it. It's all good. Super. A little bit more jump to the canter. Super. And then leg yield her away from the left leg. Think left hind leg gets more underneath your left seat bone and pushes up to that right rein. Yes. And then think about aiding for trot in that little sideways left hind leg. Correct. Very good. See, because that little fussiness that you feel in the mouth, that the contact stuff, yeah, pet her, let her have it a little break. The contact that we feel in our hands is a reflection of what's going on in the horse's body, right? So if she's a little bit contacty and like wanting to pull here or wanting to pull there, generally it's because she has some tension or tightness in her top line, right? So just taking the time, and I'm a big fan of this little bit of like a push sideways to get them to, number one, accept the leg and then release in their back in order to release into the connection or into the contact so you get a better connection. Does that make sense? Hi, sweet girl. All right, little break. Let her catch her breath. Good, and then I'd like to actually go back to canter and do a little bit, and I think we've done this before with her, a little bit of hunches in work in canter with her. Yes, let's do the leg yield to the hunches in. Good, marching forward to the bit, not too collected, that's right. And now push sideways when she comes against you. And you pick one leg and you kind of pick the more offending leg. And I agree with you. I think today it's more a little bit about the left side. And so your leg is saying, but what I really need is that you yield from my leg in order to connect to the right side. Shorten up the reins just a touch. And by a touch, I mean a lot. Flexion to the left. Bend her a little bit to the left. Left leg stays on. That's right. That's right. Come through there. Correct. You do a quarter line. That's right. And a couple of strides of leg heel, pushing her up and over to the right. Get her off your left leg, bending left, push over to the right. Good. And now that's okay. And that's totally understandable. You know what? Let's do this. Stay on the long side, and let's just do the haunches in for a minute.
Great changes.
Yeah. Bend her around. Bend her, bend her, bend her. Make her sit down on her outside hind leg. Bend her around that left side. Come through on that left side. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. I know she's trying to talk you out of it. Good. And then back to shoulder 4 here through the corner. Good. Do that one more time down this next long side, please. Shorten up those reins. Correct. And bend her around her left side. Think. Balance her back now that she takes a little bit more weight behind, but bend her around that left side. So right rein leads to the right hind leg, and bend her around that left side. And right rein leads to the right hind leg, and sit back a touch more, and bend her around that left side. That's right. Very good. Now take the quarter line, and we're going to haunches in on the quarter line, and then we're going to leg yield out of that. Set her back first. She's got to carry. And now bend her around the left side. Really bend her. Stay there, stay there. No, she doesn't get to decide when. That's right, that's right, that's right. Now yield her up and out of it. Good job. And think on forward. Super. And then coming out of the short side here, shorten up the reins a lot. Correct. Now go, show me a couple of strides of half pass left. Good. Now yield her back away from the left side, bending left, push over to the right, and keep the same tempo. And half halt right. Yes. Exactly. And then yield her back away from the left side. Correct. And turn and do the half pass again. Keep her jumping. Little half halt right. Without bending her right. Yes. Good. That's it, Linda. Very nice. And push back up and over. Support from your legs. Keep the jump of the canter. Keep the jump of the canter. That's the moment where you can actually get more leg on, and that's what we need, okay? Super. Keep the jump of the canter. Very good. Transition to walk. Make her sit, make her sit, make her sit. Okay, I'm sure you felt it, but you felt as you were addressing the bend, how you lost the clarity of the canter, okay? So the whole reason for this exercise is actually to get more throughness over the top line. So with many horses, if they come out a little bit stiff and a little bit strong, I just go in with the expectation that probably when I go to address it, they're going to try and break into 2 pieces and affect the jump of the canter. I want you to focus in on whatever we're doing. One more job, sorry, I'm giving you yet another job. One more job that you have is you must help her keep a clear rhythm, okay? So when things get a little bit harder, if you feel like the clarity is going, then you come in with both legs to give her a bit more support to say, no, actually, I need you to do this what I'm asking, but we're still in canter, and canter has 3 beats. Let me help you find the 3-beat rhythm, okay? Very good. Let's go to the other side. But then it was developing into a nice canter within the half pass. Good. Up and over to the left. Close your knees just and bring her back to your position there. Exactly right. Exactly right. You know what? When they come out, and I have horses that do this from time to time too, and so if they want to be a little bit funny in the contact, everything that I'm doing in that ride is to show them my other aids besides my hands. So she knows enough that if she's maybe trying to make it about the hand today, because guess what? If she makes it about the hand, that is a battle that she's going to win, okay? We need to make it about, no, here's my position, here's my leg, here's my seat, and you can listen to that. You know enough to listen to that. I'm not engaging, and I'm not going to pull your head down. I'm going to get your body working so that you get into a place where you're more comfortable through the connection. All right, so we're going to go rightly canter. And we're gonna do that little hunches in, and let's start on the long side in hunches in. Good. Yeah, sitting back. Correct. Nice thing about the hunches in work is it's gonna put her body into a posture where she sits down. And again, you've just showed her how to do it. Yes. Bend her around the right side. Now you can add right bending, but keep that, yeah, keep her at your seat. Outside rein, half out. Bend her around that right side more. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, exactly. Next long side, make a bit more of a point from your left rein, left leg, that she comes off the track with those haunches. And then add the bending afterwards. Yeah. And now support from the legs. Correct, exactly. Now almost like a little vibration on your inside rein to say, no, don't pull through me, but keep her on her hind leg. Correct, correct. Now go quarter line. All good. Yeah, I know. Good job, baby girl. And set her back on the hind leg, haunches in. Lean back a little bit. Yes, close your calf. Give her a hug from both calves. Yes, there you go, Linda. Exactly, like your position is actually lifting her shoulders and her withers up. Very good. Now yield her back up and out of the right side. That was much better. Super. And then coming out of the short side, half pass. Yes, and bring her back to your seat. And at the same time, give her a little hug from the leg. And you say, I want your withers to pop up. I want your shoulders to pop up. I got to keep my range short enough. Right. And now yield her back away from your inside ace. Up and over to the left, half out left. Yeah, close your seat, get your legs on, and shorten up those reins about 85 feet. Come on. Yes, riding forward to your hands. Exactly. Almost like shake her off the bit when she wants to go too low. Correct. You can't attach to her. Good. Okay. Up, up, up. Leg, leg, leg. Correct. The more you get your leg on, the more you're going to get that uphill posture. Very good. There you go. You feel that? That's what we're looking for. Okay. And when you're ready, transition to walk, but out of like a pirouette canter. Ride the ears up, get your legs up. Sit back, get your legs on. Yes, ride those ears up. Correct, and like dexterous in your fingertips. Correct, good girl. That's fine. Little break. So when she looks like she's a little bit strong in the hand. And
You have no idea how she used to be.
well, and I
It's a
say,
huge improvement.
I just say it from today's perspective. She looks a little stronger in the hand than the last time I saw her. So she's looking to make, and this is going to happen with horses, okay?
Like I said, this has been the last 2 weeks. I had
Yeah.
really good, backed off of with her. And
Yeah, this is going to happen. So the thing is that when they get that little bit too strong, right, they kind of do this roll over the bit and they want to attach to our hands, and then our hands become their balancing point. And so we need to be faster with our hands there, not so quiet with the hands, because if they're too quiet, she's going to say, oh, super, I'm just going to hang out there, and boy, I can just lean down and pull, and then I don't have to carry, right? So what you can do is your thighs can be very strong, your seat and your glutes can be very strong, you can tighten up through your core, and your fingers have to be so dexterous like they could play the piano, because I'm just not holding you, you're going to have to hold yourself. And you do everything with your position to try and show her that, you know, when you carry a little bit more weight behind, that you don't need to be that strong in front, okay?
Hi, Oreo.
So before we leave the canter, the only other thing I would like to see, just for kind of my own, let's see if it helps type of thing, I want you to go ahead and shorten up the reins. Yielding, yielding, yielding there. Oh, baby girl, did we offend you by coming at this hour? I'm sorry. Yeah, I
Like,
can
you
tell.
haven't. This is not my schedule.
She's like, we are off schedule. I am a chestnut mare. What are you thinking? Shorten up those reins about 2 inches. And then I want you to go ahead and halt and show me a rein back. Ears up, reins nice and short. But you have to communicate to, sorry, Linda, one more job. You have to communicate to her what's an acceptable weight in the hand. Meaning, if she attaches, and very good, and walk on. If she attaches and she wants to give you 10 pounds, you have to kind of ride stronger from your seat and leg and shake her off and say, no, that's not acceptable. Halt again. Ears up. Close the leg up to the bit. Good. Rein back. Good girl. And then I want you to canter out of the rein back. Yeah, I know. Yes. Okay, you feel that? Yep. Shorten up those reins. Good. That's it. There's your posture. Up like that. Very nice. Come on the diagonal and then show me a schooling pirouette. But get that same feeling like you had in those first 2 steps. Yeah. Schooling pirouette, please. Come on the diagonal line. Yeah, you're going to sit her back. Yeah, lean back a little bit. Close your leg up to the bit and wiggle in the hands. Yes, yes, exactly. So your hands have to do something completely different. Lean her back again. Stay back. Shorten up those reins. 85 feet. Come on. Yes, give her an inch. She's going to take a mile. That's right. And close your leg up to the bit. That's right. That a girl. Super. And now close your leg up to the bit and walk. Good. And halt. Good girl. And rein back. Good girl. And pet her. Shorten up the reins and canter. Don't worry, I'll get that. Super. Very good. And transition to walk. And close your leg up to the bit. Very good. Pet her, change the rein. Good job. That's when they're really thinking super back. When they're thinking super forward. So you can't do that too many times. But when they really want to say, as long as you just kind of bury your hands on it, it can't be just going on like that. That's like a good little reset. Right, and then that shows her the balance. It also shows you, oh, you know what, she can do that way, right? It kind of breaks the cycle. And that's what we're looking for, because she, on the one hand, training-wise, of course she knows it. Her body is just not in the mood to do it for whatever the reason. So you're doing all the things to try and show her the way towards more self-carriage. So I just want to do that to this side, and then we'll leave the canter alone for tonight. Yielding. When she gets fussy, get one leg on, and you say, 1 leg, 1 rein. Yes. Correct. Good. And then actually let the reins long again. Sorry. And then as you shorten the reins back up again, I want you riding it proactively, yielding her away from that left leg. Correct. And if yes, that she yields from the left leg, so she softens to the left rein. Acceptance of the leg equals and brings you to acceptance of the contact, right? So just make sure, again, if she's in this mood, this type of mood on another day, she doesn't get you to do these transitions without a leg on, right? You see how she tolerated it that time, right? Because she felt your leg first. She was getting offended when she feels the hands first. Good job. Good. Shorten up those reins. Yes, and get your legs on. Oh, she's sassy tonight. Good. Transition to walk. Leg. Good girl. Yield away from the left side. Think like a little turn on the forehand feeling right here. Oh, before you go to canter. Move her away from. Yeah, I know. Sorry, sweet girl. Good. And then we're actually going to, Linda, before you go on, I want to do the halt, rein back canter to this side. New direction, new horse, right? Yeah, good girl. Nice halt. Straight. And okay, good. And then rein back, and then canter out of it. That's right. Walk. Rein back. Now listen to what she's telling you in the rein back. Feel where her haunches want to go. So if the haunches want to go into your right leg, use more. Oh, I know. I'm sorry, baby girl. We're almost done. Almost done with this at least. Yep. More right leg than left leg. You're a little bump from the right leg. Exactly right. Correct. Yeah, shorten up those reins and rein back. That's right. Good girl. Super. And forward and canter. Good. There you go. Super. Feel the uphill canter. Reins are nice and short. Close your knees and your thighs there when she tries to pull through you, and get your lower leg on and say canter up to the bit. That's right. And now yielding up and out of that left side. Exactly. Get your lower leg on, close your knees and thighs and say stay back here at my position and shorten up those reins about 85 feet. Exactly right. Exactly right. Shoulder fore left so those haunches don't come to the left. Correct. They can only come, that's all right. They can only come left when you want them to come to the left. That's right. Flexion to the left, but push over to the right. Yeah, I think, yes, that's better. That's better. Fine. And transition to walk. Pat her. Very good. All right, then we'll give her a short break and then we can do just maybe a little bit of trot work. I think it's enough canter. So I think she's been trying to get her way on that left side. I don't think this was the first day. Yeah. And you know what this happens, right? It happens to professionals. It's horses. Right? So
Normally she gets rid of 6 days a week, not hard.
yeah.
She used to get like 3 days a week.
Yeah. She's a workaholic. I can imagine that she needs more than 3 days a week. That's for sure. What was I going to say? Sorry. Went right out of my head. It'll come back. Yeah, there we are. So I told you it would come back. So, oh, believe me. You know, when you're coming out of a period where they've had, maybe not, life happens to all of us, maybe they haven't been in the same schedule, et cetera, you don't have the same feeling that you had 3 weeks ago. You know, a lot of riding is about managing expectations, right? She hasn't had the same schedule, so I have zero expectations that you're going to be perfect, right? I have zero expectations that you're going to be as good as you were 3 weeks ago when I was in a different schedule with you. But what I do expect is I can make it a little bit better, so that tomorrow is a little bit better, and so that the next day is a little bit better. So it's like just peeling back the layers to get back to the horse that you had a couple of weeks ago. Does it make sense? Don't think about fixing it in one day. You know, so here's the thing, like I have these little sayings that pop through my head as I'm riding. So when I get into a situation like this, or if I take on a horse from somebody else and it's not the feeling that I want, I just immediately say to myself, this didn't happen in one day, so I'm not going to fix it in one day, right? But I'm going to make it so that tomorrow's a little bit better. All right, so we'll go ahead and shorten up the reins, but before you even do that, I should have said it, leg yield off of your left leg. So it's leg first. Yeah, give her a little bump from that left leg. Yes, that's right. Just because she's hot and spicy doesn't mean she doesn't need the leg, right? It's this sideways leg, this shoulder fore leg, right? Get that left hind leg up and over to the right. And then you can half halt right, because as much as she needs to yield a bit from the left side and accept that left side, she also needs to accept that right rein half halt without bending right? That we really legitimately get her more on both reins. Correct. Because you know, those judges, they can see when we ride in counterflexion, and they always have like some comments to make when they see it. They don't like it when they see us trying to fix things through counterflexion.
If they only knew that yesterday was a better day.
If they don't, they say in the warm-up.
That's right, exactly. So that being said, do I use counterflexion sometimes? Shh, don't tell Debbie, but yes, of course I do.
I tell her to.
It has to, but here's the thing, it's momentary, right? And then it needs to get back to true flexion so that it's not a compromise, right? So she talks you into counterflexion because that's just easier for her. So guess what? It's a little easier for her, so then it's a little easier for you, right? But it's not addressing the issue that she really needs to. Again, like most horses, she's a little stiffer on the left side of her body. We are her physical therapist. We need to get that side to stretch out a little bit and then connect to a proper right rein. And then if she gets way too strong on the right side, can you use counterflexion for a stride or two? Absolutely. But then it's right back to the same conversation of I need inside flexion, I need to yield to my left leg at the rib cage, and then connect over to my right rein. And something you can also do, Linda, is a little half halt on both reins at the same time. Okay, good. So when you're ready, that was a much better transition back to contact. Let's go to trot. Good, hands are out in front of you. Yeah, and circle for a little shoulder 4. Yes, so she can't need to know if the next stride is a 10-meter circle or shoulder in when she's in a mood like this, okay? That's it, shorten up the reins. And now you can get a little left leg on and say, take me forward, but we might go sideways if you start to run. Good, and down the long side, shoulder in. That's it. Shorten up the range. Your seats are balancing point. Get her off your left leg and connect up and over to the right, and then ride forward. See how the shoulder in slows her down? 3 tracks is your best friend when a horse wants to run through you and get strong. That's it. Much, much better. Super, and then shoulder in again when she takes over. As soon as you came out of the shoulder in, she kind of took over. Yes, very good, Linda. Very good. Long side shoulder in again. Yeah, bend her around that left side. Get her at your left leg, pushing up and over to the right rein. Then a little half out on both reins at the same time, but ride forward from to it. Come, come, come. Correct, correct, correct. There you go. That's right. Shorten up those reins a lot. Take the center line. We're going to half pass. Think about a little shoulder 4 through the corner. Yeah, so that she's never completely straight through her body. Yes, bend her around the left side. Good. That's lovely. That's lovely. That's okay. Push back away from your left leg. Push back away from your left leg. Don't attach to that behavior. It doesn't matter. Left leg over to the right rein. Left leg over to the right rein, and a couple of strides of half pass again. Yes, good job. And it's a right rein half halt. Okay, fine, fine. Down the next long side, shoulder in. Thinking on forward, but helping her with the balance. Shorten up those reins. Shoulder in, shoulder in, shoulder in. Bring her back to her hind leg. Get your legs on. It doesn't matter. Ride forward to your hands. Don't try and stop her. If that's making it about her mouth, and that one she wins. Ride forward to the contact. That's right. Come, come, come. That a girl. Shorten up those reins a lot. Hands out in front of you. You got it. Shoulder 4 through the corner. And it's forward, but it's sideways. Go, go, go. And if she goes too much sideways, you add a little bit of outside leg. Very good. And shoulder in again. And riding forward to the hands. Exactly. Fix the contact in the forward. Good. Elbows tucked in, thumbs on top. Very nice. That's a good moment. Very good. Transition to walk and shoulder in. Good. Stay shoulder in. Yes. And transition to trot. In, shoulder in. Yeah. Very good. Shoulder in. Make it about your leg and seat, not about the hand. That's right. Correct. And riding forward to your hands. That's it. Very good. Transition to walk. In, shoulder in. Leg, leg, leg to the hand. Leg, leg, leg to the hand. Stay shoulder in. Stay shoulder in. Good. And trot. Up to the outside rein. Not too much bend right. Yes. Very good. Center line and half pass. Good. Shorten up those reins a lot. Bend her around your right leg. Point her shoulders first. Good. Outside rein, outside leg. Bring those haunches. Outside left rein, left leg reaction. That a girl. Well done, Linda. Very good. And land and shoulder in. Shoulder in left. Good. And walk in, shoulder in. Left leg, left leg, left leg. She talked you out of shoulder in, didn't she? Yeah, get her off your left leg. Sorry, I know. It's a theme. And trot again, shoulder in. Look at that. Now we have uphill tendency. Very good, because you have added engagement, right? That's why 3 tracks is your best friend when they're in a mood like this. Super. Riding forward to your hands. Ride forward. That's a girl. Super. Transition to walk. Riding forward to your hands in the downward. Shoulder in, shoulder in, shoulder in. Very good. Long reins and pet her. Good job. Very good.
There.
So that's really important. It probably won't be the last day that she comes out like this, right? So, and you know how much I love her. She is just a little go-getter, but 3 tracks is a great way to be able to get access again to our horse's hind legs, okay? And in order to be able to affect their balance and be successful in anything that we really want to do in dressage, quite frankly, we have to be able to talk to their hind legs. If they're out of balance, we lose their ability to talk to their hind legs. If they're way too strong in the hand, we lose the ability to talk to the hind legs. So we needed to help her a little bit with both the balance and also kind of distract her. She was trying to engage with you like, here, come on, why don't you just hold me? and then I'll hold you, and then we can go my speed, and then we can be done with this.
And we'll get there faster.
And we'll get there faster, and then I can have my dinner. And that, so I love when I have a horse that's wanting to, like, she's an overachiever, like, this is not coming from a negative place, right? So that's the first and foremost, really important thing to understand. But when I have a horse like that, I love trot, walk, and shoulder in. It's not nearly as easy as it sounds, right? And then once you get that happening, then you can go bigger trot, smaller trot, in, shoulder in. Because the minute that she's not in shoulder in, she's gonna fall off your leg and try and take over, right? If you have her in shoulder in, you're remembering to ride from your inside leg. So that inside leg doesn't come off, and then she starts to say, okay, I have to stay there. Okay, does that make sense? Very good.
Yeah.
Happy girl. It's a super mare. Really, really a good girl. It is, it's more than tries. She's an overachiever. She tries too hard. Huh.
She doesn't know what to do with her newfound fitness, because she's never been this fit.
Yeah. Good job, baby girl. So, key takeaway today, if she comes out like this, all the things that you can get a leg on, that so that she starts to focus on that you can have the ability to have an effect over the tempo and the size of the stride, right? Without getting that leg on when she's in that mood, you won't be able to affect the stride length or speed, and it's going to get into, I pull you, you pull me. I pull you, you pull me. She's gonna get frustrated, you're gonna get frustrated. Very good. Good job, baby girl.
Yeah, and you'll be back in about 16 hours, so, you know, doing it again.
So we'll see it again.
Yeah, bright and early. She's gonna see me coming tomorrow morning, and I already have Barb on stand-by to get her on the trailer.
All right,
Yeah.
good.
She decided she can't go on the trailer.
No, she's been on the trailer fine the last few times.
Well, yeah, coming home, she's right.
Of course. Oh, she's
She runs into
But
it.
no, yeah, because when we had her at Ohio, took her down to Ohio State, since then, she's like, I'm not getting.
I'm not getting on the trailer.
And then, but coming home, it's like, out of my way, I will run you over, except I think the first time, Greg, you really hit out.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think anyone could call her unintelligent. She knows which way is towards home.